This camera on the morning of July 31st, 2022 captured a car, a Toyota Corolla, turning down Progress at 5:30 in the morning, July 31st, 2022. The driver was Mackenzie Shirilla, and the passengers were Dominic Russo and Davion Flanagan. Little did the two men know that that would be the last turn of their life, because Mackenzie Shirilla had a plan. The plan was to exceed 90 miles an hour and crash that car, taking the lives of these two young men. She had it all planned out because she knew that Dominic Russo was going to break it off with her. And it was her plan, because the night before, that camera back there actually captured her scamming out this road. She planned it. She had every intention of doing what she did. And in fact, the car reached a max speed of 100 miles an hour before impacting at the end of this road. And her foot was literally stuck to the gas pedal. When the police arrived, EMS, they pronounced both Dominic Russo and Davion Flanagan dead on the scene. Well, Mackenzie Shirilla, mission accomplished. You ended the lives of two young men that had so much promise. And what did you have to promise? You know what? This is horrible. Anyway, I'm going to show you where she crashed the car, and then I'm going to take you to where Dominic and Davion are today.
Mackenzie Shirilla took to TikTok days before the crash, stating, "I'm just one of those girls that can do a lot of drugs and not die." Well, Mackenzie, you were correct. You did a lot of drugs the night of July 31st, 2022. You crashed that car and you didn't die. But Davion Flanagan, he wasn't so lucky, and neither was Dominic Russo. Your selfish behavior cost two young people's lives, and now your life will be spent behind bars.
Okay, we are on the intersection of Progress, which is this street right over here, and Alameda. And according to what I've been able to find from news reports, the crash did take place on this intersection over here. Cameras did catch the car driving at extreme speed at night. It was dark, and you could literally hear the crash of the car. You don't see the impact, but I do believe that where that blue tarp is over there is where that Toyota Corolla that Mackenzie Shirilla was driving ended up making impact over there and ending the lives of Davion Flanagan and Dominic Russo. So with that being said, I don't want to be here too much because it's pretty crowded around here. Initially, when I came through here, I was under the impression that the car was turning this way, but when I matched up the stop signs and all that, it didn't work. It was actually Pearl Road that she came down and heading this way on Progress, and ended up eventually crashing into this building over here. Doesn't change, I mean, none of this changes anything. These two young men died way before their time. And now we're gonna take you to the cemetery where Dominic Russo and Davion Flanagan will be, and they'll be laid to rest there, and hopefully, you know, they could find peace in the afterlife, because this world, and they had their whole life ahead of them, and they could have had so much more. And even Mackenzie Shirilla, what a waste of a young life. Now she's going to be in prison, hopefully for the rest of her life, because these guys, they don't have another choice. This is it. Their future has been robbed. Like, comment, and subscribe to Graveyard Excursions. Okay, we're coming up to another grave that should not be here. This kid was only like 19 or 20 when this happened. He had his whole life ahead of him, and all these friends will never be able to fill that void that was left by Dominic Anthony Russo's absence. Yep. September 24th, 2001 to July 31st, 2022. In the meantime, Mackenzie Shirilla has been sentenced to 15 years to life twice, but they're running concurrently, which means that she will be eligible for parole in 15 years. Boy, I hope that doesn't happen. But my thing is, it should not have been concurrent. It should have been consecutive, because now there's still a chance that she may end up being freed at some point when here Dominic and Davion will still be here at this cemetery. So where is the justice in that? I don't know. There is no justice for something like this. It's horrible. And all we can do is remember Dominic Anthony Russo and Davion Flanagan. Two young men that did not deserve what happened to them. No way. Okay, everyone, Ed here from Graveyard Excursions. Sorry about me getting all bent out of shape, but stuff like this gets me really upset. Okay, once I get into one of these stories, I really get into it, and it just burns me up inside when you allow what is going on in these people's lives, what they, you know, it's one thing to you know, get into it with your boyfriend, girlfriend, and break it off, but break it off. You don't go hanging out with them afterwards. I don't know, it just tears me up. The choices could have been made so much differently. This doesn't have to happen. Okay, like, comment, and subscribe to Graveyard Excursions. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.